A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to class 11th Business Studies. We have already covered that there are various types of partners in the partnership business, right? Like if suppose I'm talking about that who all can be the partners, then we have already studied that various partners can be there who are there in the business. And some of the partners, like we discussed yesterday, I think all six types of partners, where we have learned that who is an active partner, who is a sleeping partner, then about secret partner, nominal partner, partner by estoppel, and a partner by holding out. So I think that we have already covered that there are different types of partners. ये हमने बेटे already पढ़ा कल in last class. If we talk about that who is an active partner, then we have already studied that the one who regularly takes part in the management of the business. जो regularly business management के अंदर he takes the part and he takes all the decisions because he is one who is active in the business. Of course, he is employing the capital also in the business, and as well as he is going to share the profits and losses also in the business in the decided ratio. Then we discussed about the sleeping partner. That sleeping partner refers to that partner who does not actively, he doesn't take part in the management of the business. Rather, he, of course, employs the capital. He basically bears the risk also. He takes the profit also. But when it comes to take out the decisions, he is so busy in some other activities that he is unable to give his time to the firm. That is why we say that he is not actively participating in the business. So he is called the sleeping or dormant partner. The third we did was secret partner. That means secret partner is that partner whose identity that he is one of the partners in the firm that have been kept secret from the outside public. Which means suppose we four are the partners and we have added one more, Tanish Mittal as a new partner. But Tanish want that his secrecy should be maintained. His name should not be reflected in the outside world that he is one of the partner in our business. So ultimately, if we are doing so, we are not keeping his name in the public. We are just not disclosing his name in the public. Then of course he would be termed as a secret partner. Why? Because his secrecy is maintained that to the outside world, his name is not being reflected that he is one of the partner in the firm. We did nominal partner, the one who allows to give his name, goodwill, fame to the firm, that the firm can use the name of this partner although he is not employing any capital in the business. Why? Because he has already given his name and reputation to be used by the firm. So I think there is no requirement of any capital. There is no requirement, there is no need of any capital, because already he has allowed the firm to use his name, use his reputation, his fame, his personality. So his one partner, he is the one who allows to use his name or reputation to the firm. But of course, he doesn't share any, generally it is observed that he doesn't employ any capital and neither he shares any profit, but his liability is also unlimited. Why his liability is also unlimited? His liability is unlimited because it is being seen that to the outside world, people know that famous personality who has given his name. Because of that person, only people are coming to that firm and purchasing, various commodities, various things from that firm, dealing or making contract or agreement with that firm. So obviously, if any problem arises, people will be pointing out that famous personality also, na? Because that person has given his name to the firm. So his liability is also unlimited. We did partner by estoppel. Partner by estoppel, who basically by his conduct or behavior, who represents to the third party that he is one of the partner in the firm, which means it is the partner who represents himself by his conduct, by his behavior, that he is one of the partner in the firm, and the impression which goes to the third party is like that he is one of the partners. So this is partner by estoppel. And then there comes the last one, which we did, partner by holding out. Partner by holding out means suppose I am reflecting one of the third party, the person who is just sitting next to me. I am reflecting him as a partner in eyes of third party, and he also did not deny. मिस्टर ए ने बी को रिफ्लेक्ट किया कि बी मेरा पार्टनर है, और बी ने डिनाई भी नहीं किया, तो बी कौन सा पार्टनर बन गया? बी बन गया पार्टनर बाय होल्डिंग आउट। एस्टॉपल में बी ने खुद से दिखाया था कि ही इज द पार्टनर, लेकिन होल्डिंग आउट में ए दिखा रहा है कि बी पार्टनर है, और बी ने मना भी नहीं किया कि वो पार्टनर नहीं है। दैट इज नोन एज पार्टनर बाय होल्डिंग आउट। तो बेटे यहाँ तक वी हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड इन द लास्ट क्लास, and also we have seen this in different form, that what is the difference in different types of partners in a summarized form. What common point we people are watching out? We people are watching out a very common point, that every partner has the unlimited liability, which means they all have the unlimited liability, whether that is the active, sleeping, dormant, nominal, or yes, secret, estoppel, holding out. Every partner has the unlimited liability. ठीक? Okay. Then we talk about the next topic. Please put the heading in a notebook. Types of partnership. Types of partnership. Now partnership business कितने types का होता है? अभी we did जो हमने कल किया है and अभी recapitulate किया, that was what are the types of partners. Like partners are of how many types? But now we have the question, types of partnership. That partnership business is of how many types, right? The very first type of partnership business, first of all, we can classify the partnership business on the basis of two things, on the basis of duration and on the basis of liability. Which means when we are just going to show that what are the different types of partnership businesses, then definitely we will be dividing it on the basis of two major things that we have. Like the first factor, on the basis of duration. Now duration means that what is the time period for that particular thing. When we talk about duration, we talk about what is the time period for that particular thing. That is of course the duration only. So in this duration, we'll be studying out that what are the different types of partnership firms on the basis of duration. Whether that would be a small partnership firm or that would be a big or a large partnership firm. Same way, whether the duration is up to only one contract. For example, two parties have made a contract, two parties have entered into an agreement for making a contract of a bridge. Once the bridge would be made over, then definitely their partnership will get ended. So that is also one of the duration only, because their duration is just set out to one contract only, or their duration is just set out to only one project. And once that project is over, the partnership business will also be over. The second we will be studying, that will be on the basis of liability. On the basis of liability means actually the partnership, what type of partnership will be represented if the liability is there, the liability in the form of limited or unlimited. I told you that liabilities are always of two types. One is the limited liability and the second is the unlimited liability. When we say the limited liability, we actually talk about that partners have the limited liability. That means their personal property will not be fetched. Of course, we know that limited liability, that their personal property will not be fetched at all. And because their personal property will not be fetched, then if we have to pay any of the outsider debts, then the debts can be repaid by the business itself. But I told you that there is an unlimited liability concept also. Unlimited liability. In the sole proprietorship, kindly tell me, what was the liability of a sole proprietor when we were studying it? In this sole proprietor, please let me know the answer in the chat box. What was the liability of a sole proprietor? Very good, everyone. Unlimited liability was there, because the business and businessmen, they are considered to be one. And if any of the debts are to be repaid to the people, then in that case, we are going to have the personal property, fetch the personal property of the one sole proprietor only. Secondly, we did in the HUF. in the HUF, I told you that the Karta has the unlimited liability, but the co-partners have the limited liability because the main hold in the hands of Karta. He is taking up all the decisions. Now, third is about the partnership. So partnership in the previous slide in different kinds of partners, as I already told you, everyone has the unlimited liability. But there is one of the partnership business where there is a limited liability. So we will be studying each one of them, that like on the basis of duration, how partnership is divided or classified, and on the basis of liability, how partnership is classified. This is our next topic. So let us study it one by one. Now, let us see on the basis of duration. Duration, we all know time period. Means what would be the duration? Whether the partnership would be for the long run, whether the partnership would be for a short run, or whether the partnership would be for a medium term business. So duration here means we are talking about mainly the time period of the partnership. So on the basis of duration, the partnership is classified into two types: partnership at will and particular partnership. I repeat, partnership at will and particular partnership. You know, partnership at will, you know, as the name suggests, partnership at will. That means this is the partnership which exists at the will of the partners. For example, three of us, like me and Anmol Verma, like same way, along with me Harsh Saxena, and along with me Aditya. Three of us started a partnership. We entered into an agreement and we set out one of the objective that we will be doing in the partnership business, and we have entered into an agreement and contract. We are doing it from a long time. Suppose it's now 1 year and we are doing it, and everything is going good in the partnership business. There is no conflict which is being arised out among three of us. And I feel like, and we three of us feel like that this should run throughout. Jab tak chalta rahe, tab tak chalta rahe. But this is known as partnership at will. But when the conflict will be arised, and when I feel like, or any one of us feel like that now I don't want to be in that partnership, I want to do some other business, or I want to have a partnership with some other people, and I quit. I'll be just telling out the partnership firm to all the other partners that I want to retire from the firm. I want to quit from the firm. If everybody mutually decide, they will either close the partnership business. Otherwise, the one who wants to get retired, they will retire himself, and rest of them will enjoy continuing the partnership. But this is called partnership at will. Means अपनी इच्छा से, अपनी मर्जी से, जब तक चलेगी तब तक चलेगी, and जब they want to discontinue the partnership business, they can discontinue it. So this type of partnership exists at the will of the partners. It can continue as long as the partners want, and is terminated when they gives a notice of withdrawal from the partnership to the firm. Like I told you, if three of us are the partners, as long as we want to do the business, we can do it. We will be just running our partnership business. Like many people have, you know, they are in the partnership of real estate. What the people are doing? They people are buying the properties jointly, employing equal resources, or maybe in the decided ratio. They are buying the properties, they are making the buildings, and ultimately they are selling out those properties to people. And once the amount is being taken again, keeping out the profit, again they are reinvesting that money in some other property. They are again making the buildings, they are again selling it, and this process carries on, goes on. That is partnership at will, because that is at the will of the partners, that till what point they want to ultimately continue its business. And if suppose they are fed up with the business, they get some conflicts in the business, they want to get withdrawal from the firm, they can do so. Just they have to give the notice, and once the notice is being given, they can easily do so, and they can discontinue or they can terminate the partnership business. That is known as the first type of partnership, that is partnership at will. But better, this is on the basis of duration, mind it. This is on the basis of duration. Why? Because it is related to the time period. So that is why it is related to the duration. Now, on the duration basis only, there is the second one, which is known as the particular partnership. Now let's talk about the particular partnership. When we talk about the particular partnership, particular means this is for some particular project, as the name suggests. Particular partnership. That means this type of partnership is being done for some particular project, for some particular objective. And once that objective is reached, this partnership will get terminated. Like if suppose we four partners entered into an agreement for making one building, and when one building is just made, is just constructed, our partnership gets over because our objective and the timing was set that our objective is to construct one building, and timing would be when one building is just constructed. When it will be over, the partnership business is also over. We can easily terminate the business. Why? Because our objective is now reached. We have got the target, so it would be automatically terminated. This is called particular partnership, where the objective is predefined, the target is predefined, and once the objective is reached, once the target is achieved, the partnership business gets ended. All right. So partnership formed for the accomplishment. Accomplishment better fulfillment. Please note down. Those who don't know the meaning of accomplishment is fulfillment. So partnership formed for the accomplishment of a particular project or an activity to be carried out on a specified time period is called a particular partnership. So it's the particular partnership where we simply say that the partnership is just set out for one project, for one predefined set project, or for predefined time period. Like we have entered into an agreement for making the partnership, for doing the partnership for 1 year, for 6 months, for 2 months. That is also known as a particular partnership. Why? Because the particular project is lying there, or a time period is set out there which should be done, which is there as a particular partnership. So please mind it, particular partnership is just for one project or for specified time period. And once that project is accomplished, once that target of project is achieved, and or the time period is that has collapsed, ultimately automatically the partnership business will get over, because we had already made a contract based on that project or based on that time. Clear to everyone? Now see the second point. It dissolves automatically when the purpose for which it was formed is fulfilled, or when the time duration expires, as I just told you, right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay, moving to the next one. We discussed about the type of partnership based on duration. ड्यूरेशन के लिए एक जिसमें ड्यूरेशन सेट नहीं की, पार्टनरशिप एट विल, यानी कि जब तक चलती है चलती रहे. दूसरा जिसमें ड्यूरेशन सेट कर ली, पर्टिकुलर पार्टनरशिप. यहाँ तो ड्यूरेशन सेट कर ली, दैट अप टू 3 months, अप टू 6 months, अप टू 1 year. अगर ड्यूरेशन सेट नहीं की तो वी हैव सेट वन मेजर थिंग, दैट इज द प्रोजेक्ट. Once the project would be done over, once the target would be achieved, partnership will get over, right? But on the basis of the second, now on the basis of liability, let us see that on the basis of liability, partnership is classified how partnership is classified on the basis of liability. Now on the basis of liability, the first that we have is general partnership. Better, this is general partnership. General means it has some general features. Let us see that what general features the general partnership has. In general partnership, the liability of partners is unlimited and joint. Oh, sir, this is that partnership where we are studying generally that the partnership, that all the partners have the unlimited liability. That means it is that kind of partnership which you told us in the very beginning, that everybody would have the unlimited liability in this partnership business. Better you remember yesterday's class? See, yes, see the types of partners. We studied each type of partner in yesterday class, in last class. Have you observed one thing? That the liability of all the partners, the liability of all the partners in this is unlimited. And unlimited liability means everybody will become liable to the third party. Every partner, everybody will become liable to the third party if they fails to pay the debt. If the partnership firm is failing to repay its loan to the third parties, whether that is bank, that is some financial institution, or that is an individual, that is a company, or that is any cooperative society, if any partnership firm is failing to repay its loan to the outsiders, then the personal property of all the partners will be taken by that third party to get that debt cleared. That means they all have the unlimited liability, right? We studied that yesterday. But the same thing lies here. The same concept of unlimited liability of each partner is there in this general partnership. That in the general partnership, the liability of partners is unlimited and joint. That means if suppose three partners, Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C, they have entered into a partnership agreement and they have made the general partnership, which means all of them would have the unlimited liability. If A is making a contract with outsiders, then B and C will also be liable for that contract, because A is now becoming the agent of the partnership, because A is showing himself as an agent, and as an agency function, when he is showing to be an agent, then definitely B and C are also being liable for that contract. Same way, if B is making contract with outside world on the behalf of the complete firm, A and C will also become liable for that. If C is making the contract, A and B will also become liable for that, but that is known as general partnership. So general partnership is that partnership where we simply say that every partner of the firm is ultimately liable to the paying of all the debts to the third parties, and they are even jointly liable. You know what do you mean by here? Jointly, they are jointly liable. Jointly liable, as I told you, if A is the agent, A is making the contract with the outside world, then B and C, they are also become liable to the contract. And if any of the problem occurs in future, then the loss would be shared by A, B, and C jointly. Because I told you in the features or in the characteristics of partnership that in the partnership there is a mutual agency feature. Mutual agency, I guess everybody remembers that characteristic. In the partnership, there is a mutual agency feature, and mutual agency feature refers to when A or Mr. A, suppose, becoming an agent of the partnership business, has made a contract with the outside world, then B and C will also become principal to that contract. They will also become liable, because here A is the agent who is making the contract on behalf of B and C, and here B and C are refers to the principal of the business. All right. Then the partners enjoy the right to participate in the management. What we see in the general partnership, that the partners enjoy the right to participate in the management of the firm, and their acts are binding on each other as well as on the firm. Kindly tell me one word for this whole line. Their acts are binding on each other as well as on the firm. Please mention in the chat box quickly. I'll take the names who quickly answers that what will be the one word for this line. Their acts are binding on each other as well as on the firm. Very good. Rishi Grover, Anshul. I got the two answers. Others also, please tell me. One word for this, or one feature for this complete line. Very good, Ayush. Navya Jain, very good. Priyansh. Bete, this is mutual agency function. Sia, Priyanshu, mutual agency function. Mutual agency means that one would be the agent and other would be the principals. So in the general partnership, it is general only. As I told you in the very beginning that what is a partnership firm, that was only the general partnership, where all the partners have the unlimited liability. and they have their liability is of course unlimited as well as joint, that वो मिलके काम करेंगे और वो मिलके पूरी liability को ultimately incur करेंगे. And also उनके जो acts हैं they are binding on each other as well as on the firm, like they are mutual agent to one another. If one is making the contract with the third party or one is making the contract with the outside world, then definitely other people are also become liable to that. Like other people who are the principal, they are also liable to that thing. This is known as general partnership. All right, fine. Moving further, talking about the next and last, that is limited partnership. बेटे when we talk about the limited partnership, we'll be saying जिसमें कम से कम बेटे एक पार्टनर की liability limited है. Limited partnership मतलब in which at least one member or one partner's liability is unlimited. Sorry, one partner's liability is unlimited and others have the limited liability. यानी कि limited partnership would be if there are 4 people in the partnership firm, then at least one of them would have the unlimited liability. एक की unlimited होगी, बाकी सबकी liability कैसी होगी? Everybody else would have the limited liability. The limited partners do not enjoy the right to management and their act do not bind the firm on the other partners. ध्यान रखना बेटे, जो limited partners होंगे उनको मैनेजमेंट के राइट्स नहीं मिलते. दे कैन नॉट पार्टिसिपेट इन द मैनेजमेंट, क्योंकि वो तो लिमिटेड ही अल्टीमेटली लॉस बियर करेंगे ना. सारा का सारा अनलिमिटेड लॉस तो एक ही पर्सन करेगा. जब एक ही पर्सन अनलिमिटेड लायबिलिटी बियर करेगा तो वही मेन एक्शन लेगा, वही मेन एक्टिव पार्टनर होगा, वही मेन पूरे के पूरे डिसीजंस लेगा. तो जो लिमिटेड पार्टनर होता है बेटे वो एंजॉय नहीं करता राइट्स, और उसके द्वारा किया गया कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विल नॉट बी बाइंडिंग अपॉन द अदर पीपल. रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ सच पार्टनर इज कंपल्सरी. ऐसी पार्टनरशिप का रजिस्ट्रेशन कंपल्सरी है. इफ यू आर कमिंग इनटू द लिमिटेड पार्टनरशिप देन इट इज वेरी मच compulsory and mandatory to register your firm. Otherwise there is no requirement to register any other firm. ठीक? But can you people tell me what will be the consequences if we do not register the firm? अगर हम लोग consequences क्या होंगे अगर हम अपनी फर्म को रजिस्टर नहीं करते पार्टनरशिप को? You know, अगर फर्म रजिस्टर्ड है तो एक लीगल स्टेटस है. अगर फर्म रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है तो nobody can make the contract. कैसे? Nobody can make the contract means suppose you cannot sue anybody. आप किसी बाहर वाले को sue नहीं कर सकते, उस पर केस नहीं कर सकते. अगर सपोज उसने कोई गलत किया आपके साथ, आप किसी पार्टनर पे केस नहीं कर सकते अगर कोई पार्टनर ने आपकी फर्म के साथ गलत किया है. लेकिन बाहर वाला आपके ऊपर केस कर सकता है. कोई आउटसाइडर पार्टनरशिप फर्म पे केस कर सकता है, लेकिन पार्टनरशिप फर्म किसी पर भी केस नहीं कर सकती. ये कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होते हैं बेटे नॉन रजिस्ट्रेशन के. तो इसीलिए रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाना फर्म का बहुत जरूरी होता है. ठीक? बिकॉज इफ सपोज यू डोंट हैव द लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट, इफ यू डोंट हैव your partnership registered, then definitely in that case there would be a problem like nobody would be in a position to give you the legal status, and you cannot even, you will be guilty if you are not being registered, because you won't be able to get the legal help from the government. All right.